Welcome to the new vlog. It's been a while. Let's catch up.
Yeah, that's right.
So, I've attended Mike and the Mechanics concert at Sunbet Arena. Take along.
Victoria, I can hear you ready to sing. Let's do this together. Are you ready? Looking back over what? I can see the back. I never dreamed. I never wanted. I can't look back one time.
It was amazing. It was amazing. Each time I look at those clips, I find myself back in the memories. So, anyways, that was awesome, and I'm hoping to attend more concerts and take you guys along. On to the next. So, I had an opportunity to attend Africa Mining Indaba for 2025. For those who have no idea what that is, it's basically a conference or African mining conference that aims to develop and invest in the continent's mining industry. So if you're one in the mining industry, this is one of those conferences that would be beneficial, I could say, if you desire to explore things like your technologies, what are the current practices, investment opportunities, partnerships, education, you name it. So this is the hotel that I got to stay at. It's called the Rockefeller Hotel and Residence. It was exceptional. I love this other artwork you'll get to see. Yeah, it was really amazing being here. How amazing is that? This burger was so good and so filling. Anyways, here I am coming back from a team's dinner on the very same day that I got to Cape Town, and I came back to a welcome goodie. It was really good. I love gifts. So the following morning we went to Table Mountain for a hike. At some point I thought to myself, Mara Sophia, where was I going? My feet, not even my feet, but my thighs were like burning. But they said we shouldn't say we've conquered. What did they say we should say? I forgot, but we made it to the top. This little guy was just basking in the sun. Shame we're disturbing them. Anyway, off to the cable car. This was the very first time experiencing that, because the last time I was hiking the Lion's Head mountain, if I remember correctly, we didn't use a cable car going up or down. So yeah, it was lovely to experience this one. Besides, we didn't have the time to be hiking that down because we are here for work after all.
Yeah, bring the power bank. Download the movies. Bring all the snacks. Put your headphones on.
Here I am at the mining Indaba conference. No one would even say I went for a hike and my food was fine. Every single thing was just good. No eggs or anything like that. So yeah, it was a really good experience after all.
For us to understand the diverse perspectives and approaches we need to take and understand what women bring to the workforce of the mining industry. Stacey?
Such a hard question this morning. Just one. I know you can do it. Just one. I can do it. Yeah. Well, I mean, gosh, we've touched on so much. The pressure. It's. I want to say collaboration. I want to say working. One. Okay, my one I'm choosing. Although I said collaboration. It's working towards breaking down the systemic barriers.
Yep.
So maybe that's the one I choose. I'll choose another one later.
So mine would be carry a sister or two along.
Carry a sister along. Perfect.
I think yeah, Zenzi articulated it so well. Have your voice, make it heard. It's not easy. You put yourself in the line, but do it, because I think you will feel it if you don't.
100%. There's a lot that we learned this morning. I hope that you take it away. I hope that you use your voice. And it's us. We're not fighting against each other, because that's going to help absolutely no one. It's about how do we work together to get to where we need to be. So defining our us also is super, super important. Thank you very much, ladies. I appreciate it. Thank you, everyone.
And even in the instances where if you are students, these are the issues you should be debating, even at universities or wherever you may be, to really come to grips with how you're going to navigate yourselves as youngsters into the future, because it's totally different than our time. So it's a new beginning for even all of us. So you're going to have to really pay attention and how you're going to play also in this game change world. Thank you.
Gila. Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone, and great to see such a great audience. So, Mzila Mthenjane, I'm the CEO of the Minerals Council South Africa, taking over from Roger Baxter previously just over 18 months ago. And I think the importance of this conversation for me and the importance of attracting young people, goes back to what we've always accepted as the reputation of the industry. It hasn't had a good reputation. But I think of lately, it really has, we continue to invest in the reputation of the industry, given, and despite the fact that we do have to operate mines in far-flung places where you wonder if God will ever reach you. But I think there's two changes that have taken place. Firstly, technology, and it's continued to change what mining is, and what a mining engineer looks like, or a person who works in the mining industry. And then secondly, I think the shifting cultures as a result of the increasing gender diversity of the industry. And what those two things have done is certainly enable even more women to participate. I think what then becomes relevant for this conversation and audience is that I think young people as well are certainly beginning to look at mining as an option. And why that is important for me is that where we are in the context of geopolitics, Africa, and the conversations that have been happening in the continent, it's actually a leadership call for action. And why that is important is that the way I've been reflecting on it is that it is forcing us to look at what is it that we have to make the change that we need to make. And one of those is what I have called, in terms of what South Africa has, are the Magnificent Seven attributes of South Africa. And A little bit of a story around that. If you've been following the technology industry, you'll be familiar with America's Magnificent Seven in terms of the 7 companies, the Teslas, Amazon, and so forth. And when you look at those, they're about the impact they're having on society, which is how I've translated that into what are the 7 things that I believe could impact South Africa and the continent going forward. And
back to you on these 107 if that's right.
Absolutely. Thank you.
And Temba.
Good morning, folks. Australia for Anglo-American. Why is it important for the youth to engage and be active in geopolitics? Well, I think for me, there's an advocacy responsibility, and in part, it's really around leadership. Modern man has been on this planet for the last 150,000 years, but obviously there has been a gradual progression to a future that we all obviously aspire to. And that future is the attainment and the achievement of peace and harmony, health and prosperity for all. There have been great lessons that have been learned, like 2 horrific wars which led to the establishment of a new world order, the establishment of organizations such as the UN, the establishment of the WHO to eradicate all forms of diseases to mankind, and the establishment of trade to ensure that there was trade and fair free trade amongst all. We all know that those institutions, that world order, is obviously being undermined in many ways with what's happening in today's world. And I think the youth have a responsibility in the sense that, we are passing on that baton to ensure that you do continue to play an advocacy role so as to ensure that humanity continues to prosper for the next 150,000 years. So that's why I believe you have that responsibility. Thank you.
Just a quick pause for me. I found that conversation fascinating because I'm one with a background in engineering with a recent qualification in business administration. The reason why I've even pursued that was because I was trying to find the synergy between engineering and business. So I've recently done a Gallup assessment, which basically shows one's strengths, and the top for me was strategy. So I found that conversation interesting because it was basically showing how they get to the policies that they implement in the country and how everything fits into the world. So when I first saw the topic geopolitics, I thought to myself, what is that? But after that conversation, I found myself thinking, maybe it's something that I should dive into and try to find more insight on, not necessarily to pursue on a larger scale, but to just understand, So I wonder what your thoughts are on it. So this was just me noticing that I'm hearing sounds outside and realized that I'm not staying too far from where they were giving the State of the Nation address. Anyways.
As a united nation, and we will speak with one voice in defense of our national interests, our sovereignty, and our constitutional democracy. By standing true to our values, by harnessing our unique strengths and endowments, and by forging a common purpose, we can turn these trying circumstances to our advantage and propel our country forward.
Who knew? I actually found out on this day that FNB has a slow lunch that offers a spa. Anyways, it was amazing. I've made the most out of it. Got myself a back massage. Anyways, here I am going back to Johannesburg. I hope you've enjoyed the vlog and you will interact in the comment section. I look forward to seeing what you have to say and what were your nuggets from this video. See you guys in the next vlog. Until next time, bye.